At the time of recording this video, it is June 7th, 2024. We have seen the entire Party City lineup already in the beginning of June. What's going on here, man? What is going on, guys? Spooky Guy 444 here, coming at you with a brand new ranking. And in today's ranking, I am going to be ranking the full 2024 Party City animatronic life-size lineup from worst to best. We have 8 animatronics, a very small and concise but overall very, very good lineup from Party City this year. Definitely one of the most consistent lineups I've ever seen, and one of my favorites so far that we've seen as well. I'm going to be ranking all 8, and also in honorable mentions where I'm going to be shouting out a couple of smaller items that aren't necessarily life sizes, but I wanted to give them their props as well. Before we start the video, make sure you hit the links down below and also like and subscribe. Hit the link to check out my professional haunt opening this year, along with my Instagram and my TikTok. And without further ado, let's get right into this ranking. So coming in at number 8, this is the only prop that I actually think is bad, which actually is a very good thing. There's only one animatronic in this entire Party City lineup that I think sucks, and that is going to go to Hacking Heidi. Hacking Heidi is embarrassing on so many levels. I don't understand. Like, all of Party City stuff this year has so much character, and there's so much effort and love put into each item, and they all feel unique and they all feel special. And then there's just this thing which just reuses his mech but in a really funky way, and then it looks stupid because why would you swing an axe up? The one pro I do have with Hacking Heidi is her audio. I love it. I love that phrase. That phrase is really cool. Unfortunately, everything else sucks. The face is just, what is that? Dude, that is like, it's like almost if Betty Sharp hit puberty. It's like if Betty Sharp started Inside Out 2. And it looks so odd. Why did the eyes light up? Why does the mouth look like that? And for a prop, and that's another thing I don't understand, is Party City doesn't ever really shy away from gore if it needs it. There's like barely any blood on this thing. There's a few little specks. Like it's like somebody, a techie, just took like permablood and just went and it was like, all right, yep, it's good to go. Really not a fan of this one at all. There's too many cons. It looks ugly. It looks like they tried to like make a prop based off Pearl, and it just doesn't work at all. Honestly, I don't. Actually, if it was a licensed Pearl prop, I probably would have bought it, but it's not. It sucks. Next animatronic, coming in at number 7. This might be a little bit of a hot take, but like I said, these props going forward are all A tier or higher, not even kidding. So coming in at number 7, I have Art the Clown. Art the Clown is made by Seasonal Visions International, and he comes in at $250, which honestly is a great price for what you're getting here. Like I said about blood, when Hacking Heidi, Art the Clown has a ton of blood, which he needs because, like, he's one of the goriest modern horror characters right now, period. And that's always been a shtick, and he comes with the chainsaw from that iconic scene that I shall not mention, and the horn, and all that stuff. Like, it comes out really nice. I do have one major con with Art, however, and this is really what's keeping him low for me, is the animation. I feel like he was supposed to be Servo, but Party City just kind of did a budget cut and decided to cheapen out and make him have this almost motionette style animation, which doesn't look that bad, but I feel like he was downgraded in some way, and it was due to budget restrictions. And the biggest con that I have is the face. The face just flat out sucks. However, if you put the sunflower glasses on it, which it does come with, I think the head looks pretty good. I think it actually kind of helps it a lot and makes him look pretty good. But obviously, if you've never seen the movie and just want him as a standalone clown, which I'm actually going to talk about a prop later, which I think really works out in that favor, it just doesn't look good. He looks really goofy. It reminds me of the old Trick or Treat Studios Art the Clown mask. However, like I said, it's a one issue that can be fixed with a pair of shades. So I'm not going to rat on it that much. I like Art. It's pretty cool. Coming in at number 6, I have the Skill Crane. Now, every time I've mentioned Skull Crane, I talk about how this is a remake of Circus Popcorn, and I'm going to do it again. This is a remake of Circus Popcorn with a new additional movement. Instead of a moving mouth on Popcorn, it has a moving crane at the top. And he is, I believe, $250 if I'm not mistaken, which I actually think is pretty good. He has all the same features that Popcorn does with the lighting and the try me button and the motion sensors and all that. But the audio I think is really nice, and I like the graffiti on the side, and the only thing that I'm not huge on was the color scheme, but as I've gotten used to him, I actually like it quite a bit. Is it one that I would get? Probably not, but I appreciate its existence, and if you prefer it over Popcorn, or even it's one of your favorites of the year, I don't blame you. I think it's really, really cool. I think that they did a really great job on this one, and I hope that they actually make more of these, because I feel like it'd be really cool to have like a whole set in a haunt setting. I think it would look really cool. And coming in at number 5, we have the Little Pale Girl. This is one of the most impressive licensed props ever, and they did it on a side character that nobody's really going to pay attention to, which is just insane to me. There's so much going on in this $175 package, which is a great price, by the way. Not only did they do a really good job nailing her look, which is so strange because art looks funky without the shades, but she looks like pretty good, like almost dead on accurate from the hair and everything else. But with Pale Girl, you get a rat that thrashes around, very reminiscent of props like Sweet Dreams and the Boogeyman from 2017 and 2018 respectfully. And the head tilts, her body turns, and her hand waves. So there is a lot going on with Pale Girl for $175. It's a really, really well priced animatronic. It is so worth it. And this is one prop that I feel like you could really get away with using as just a creepy girl clown. And coming in at number 4, I have Cthulhu. Cthulhu is one that I was really, really excited for, and then if you saw my short talking about him, I was really disappointed with a lot of the stuff that's going on with him, whether it's the price point, the lack of being outdoor rated at 9 feet tall. What the heck, Party City? What the heck, Techie? Are you tripping? What are you, why? And then just a lot of other stuff like that. His animation's very lackluster, but after seeing the videos of him IRL and just sitting on him for a little bit, I do like him more, and I still think that he's a phenomenal animatronic. The look is fantastic, and also once I realized that his audio was pulled straight from the H.P. Lovecraft book, I kind of had a newfound appreciation, even if I didn't care for the audio that much to begin with. It's a really big prop. I believe they said in the promo video it's going to have a cackle-sized box, which is insane, but it's warranted. He has a lot of massive blow mold parts. He's going to be a very impressive one in person. I really want to see him. I don't think I'll get him just because the price is, he's super high priced. It's really not worth it, and I'm really happy that we got such a unique character like the Cthulhu. And coming in at number 3, we are kicking off the top 3 with Dr. Payne. Dr. Payne is a sensational animatronic. Really, really impressive. At first, I was kind of iffy on him being on stilts. I wasn't that big on it, but after, like I said prior, seeing him IRL in the promo video, he looks insane. He looks so good. It was huge shame, sadness that they didn't turn him on, because I really wanted to see him activated in person. His effect is great. He has so much animation packed in that super skinny frame, which does kind of scare me because I feel like he's not going to be that sturdy because he's super tall. I believe he's 9 feet, and he just has a really skinny build. And that's kind of worrying because how are you going to use it if it's going to fall and break? So I am kind of scared about that. Maybe they added some base supports and some crazier wells near the bottom. One can only hope. But other than those kind of nitpicks with that kind of designing, everything else about this guy is great. I love the sculpt. I love the fog effect. The lighting, the audio is great. Everything is great on Dr. Payne. And he's one that I do plan on picking up, but love Dr. Payne. I definitely want to try and get him eventually. And coming in at number 2, I have Contaminated Kid. Contaminated Kid is hands down one of the most unique animatronics we have ever gotten. And I said this in my video when I talked about him. He is one of the most versatile animatronics ever made. Let me explain. You could use him in a cemetery because of his color scheme and just the fact that he's kind of undead. You could use him in a theme about hell because he's satanic. You could use him in a lab because he's a 2-headed goat. You could use him in a circus because he's a 2-headed goat. and it's a freak show thing. You could use him in a farm because he's a goat. It's just a goat. They did such a great job on this thing, and it's just such a shame that Techie did horrible, god-awful design choices in terms of storage and just the build of things that were just completely unnecessary. Let me explain. The head, those two heads are one giant piece, and it makes him not actually be able to ship to your home because the box is too big. And that takes me to my other thing. If we look back here with Sewer Varmint, up there, that is the prototype Sewer Varmint from 2020? 2020 Sewer Varmint. His whole fur thing going on is just covering a piece of wood and a vacuum form shell to kind of give him that body. Contaminated Kid has a fully sculpted body that they just cover in gray fur anyway. What's the point of going through all the effort and then just throwing some cloth over it? You're not even going to see it. Such a waste of time, such a waste of money, and it just felt like an excuse to hike up his price for no apparent reason on both parties, Techie and Party City, no pun intended. It's just, that's so stupid. Regarding that though, incredible prop, love the fog effect, love the look, hands down one of the best. And now before we get to number one, I wanted to talk about some honorable mentions right over here. The first one I want to talk about is the tabletop art and the tabletop Leatherface. I really like the art. I think the art's really nice. I think it just looks like a mini art and it's really cute. The Leatherface, I love the look, and the audio is just the audio of Leatherface back there, but it's just like a Techie employee put their phone up to the mic because you can hear the arm mech snapping, like the woo, like you hear that, and I'm like, why? Like they just put, like, you could have just ported the audio over. What was the point of all that? And not only that, the chainsaw goes up from like here to here. It looks stupid. It's, yeah, I love how it looks. At $50 it's kind of it's not bad, I guess. I've never seen those little horror baby things in person, so I don't know how big they are, but I do really like their looks a lot, and I like art just overall. I think it's a really cute piece. Last thing I want to talk about is my favorite little decor piece from Party City this year. This is the Flaming Skull lamppost, and I really love this thing. I want to get two of them and have them side by side with another fire themed animatronic for a photo op in my professional haunt. Link down below. Hit it now. Well, they stand at 4 feet tall and they're $100 each, which I think that's a pretty solid price in my honest opinion. I think that they did a pretty good job pricing those. However, I do wish that they were taller. 4 foot isn't bad. It's okay. That's about, where's she at here? Rosemary height. It's about Rosemary's height. So they're low on the small side, but it's tolerable. But I feel like they would have been really cool if they were like the size of the dragon lamppost from Cracker Barrel. I think that would have been great. Overall though, it's really nice. They look great. The fire effect is nice. Shout out to the little flaming lamppost thingamajiggy. Finally, we are at number one. Coming in at number one, my favorite new for 2024 Party City prop goes to Embers. Yes, Embers. Oh, I love you so much, Embers. Embers is a answer to Inferno Pumpkin, but with the Rattles line that has gotten so popular over this past year. I love Embers so much. I have one con, and that it is that he's UV reactive. That in itself is cool. However, there's no lights on him, and nobody uses a UV light in a harvest haunt. So it's just going to be really difficult to shine anything on him and have that effect really pop. So that is something I'm not a huge fan of about Embers. But everything else, I love this thing so much. Not only is it huge, it's going to be one of the smaller Rattles Groundbreaker characters, coming in at 4 feet tall instead of 5 foot like Rattles himself. However, with that being said, he's $220, which is ridiculously cheap. That is such a phenomenal price. With a coupon on top of it, he's even cheaper. Like, how do you... Highway robbery, I tell you. Highway robbery. It was initially $300, which I thought was also a pretty okay price, but then they ended up dropping it to $220. Great static, great looking piece. And that is everything from the Party City lineup. Thank you guys all for watching. I'm Spooky Guy 444. Stay tuned. I'm pretty sure this will be a pretty heated last couple weeks of June. There's a lot going on, stuff that I haven't even gotten to talk about yet, like Costco's Rattles, Joann's rattles, just everything. It's been crazy. It's been a really busy month. I'm sure Spirit's going to start up any day now. So that being said, I'm Spooky Guy 444. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.